What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. Hope everybody's having a fabulous Tuesday. We're going to take a look at the charts. We're going to look at Bitcoin and Litecoin. We're going to take a look at the bigger picture for Bitcoin. Then we're going to zoom in, take a look at the more immediate time frames. I do want to remind you guys there is a free Discord group. There's a link to it in the description below the videos. There's also some affiliate links down there. Definitely check it out. They help the channel out. There's some exchange links down there that when you sign up, make a deposit, you get some bonus money on top of it. So definitely check those out, and let's get on with the video and see what's going on. All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it's still a speculative market. Do not put in more than you're willing to lose. With that being said, if you're new here, you haven't already, hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen. I do daily updates every single day to keep you updated on the market. Also, you tick the notification bell. That'll get you notified when I post new videos. And smash the likes and leave your comments. We talked about this a little bit yesterday in my live stream. All YouTubers, you know, the way to support us, the best, the easiest, and the free way is just hit the like button. Take a second out, hit the like button, leave a comment. Let us know what you think of our videos. I'm saying this for all YouTubers, even though most of you that watch my channel know that I don't like many YouTubers, but it is a lot of work put into these videos, so definitely, you know, support the channels. Give them a like, leave them a comment. We do this for you guys, so least you can do is give back to us by hitting the like button or the subscribe button. All right, so looking at Bitcoin on the weekly, as you guys know, if you've been watching the channel, I think this is the cycle that we're in. This is the number 2 of this whole cycle. Like, this is one cycle here, 1 through 5. This is the next cycle, 1 through 5. I do believe we're in 2 right now. Another thing I want to point out, I've been talking about, as long as we stay above the 7,700, I do believe we could see new highs this year, and that is the 55 EMA on the weekly right here, and that is held for support 3 times. Now, I do believe if we break down, I do have a target for that, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. If we break below the 77, which I don't think we're gonna, but I could be wrong, and we could go down further. But in my opinion, I think we're pretty safe right here, guys, as long as we stay above that 55 EMA, which is 7,700. Let's go into the daily, and looking at the big bull flag that we've been watching forever on this channel now, since back here in June. I've had this bull flag drawn in here. I know people looked at this as a descending triangle, but I think that's more of a fake out to give lower targets. But we'll talk about that in a second. One more way you guys can support the channel is my wife's webpage, inkyourimage.com. There's tons of crypto stuff in there, shirts, hats, t-shirts, signs, different size signs, Bitcoin signs, beer koozies, coffee mugs. And keep in mind, she can put anything you want on any of this stuff. It doesn't have to be crypto, or it can be any other crypto, anything you want. They make good gifts. So yeah, check it out, guys. That really helps support the channel there. So let's get back into the charts. All right, now I think a great trading opportunity is in the works right now. If you guys are doing any trading, remember I have links below in my descriptions of my videos. Man, I can't talk this morning, kind of blah. But anyways, if you guys are trading or want to dabble in trading, there's a Prime XBT link down there that gives you a 20% bonus. There's also the Bybit, which gives you a $60 bonus. I think up to $210. You have to check that out. But if you use the links in my description below, that really helps support the channel. You don't have to use my links, obviously, but if you did, that does help me out. So just to let you guys know. All right, let's look at the bull flag here. Now, the worst case measured move is measuring this whole thing as a descending triangle and put it to where we broke out. That gets us down to the $4,600 range, guys, which is possible. I think it's less likely, but it is possible, so keep that in mind. And we'll take a look at the more immediate time frames in a minute, but I'm also looking at this as a descending triangle. And the measured move off that, this is the worst case. If that 7,300 breaks, guys, I see us going to the $6,300. Or I'm sorry, if the 7,700 breaks, I see us going to the $6,300. Man, I cannot talk this morning. All right, so looking at, like I said, looking at the daily, there's also this triangle that we've been watching here, and the measured move of where we broke out of that would be measuring the widest point of the triangle to where we broke out right here, and that gets us up to that 93.50 range. I do believe we are headed there, guys. I still believe that. It's not to say we can't go down a little bit more, and we'll take a look at that in a second, but this is my target for this whole run here. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Let's look at the RSI. The RSI in the daily, we've been watching this as a falling wedge. We broke up out of it, came back down, tested for support, and got support. As of now, we're not seeing any divergence in here. So let's look at, but I do believe it is possible we're going to come down and test this one more time before moving up. That's not necessary, but we are going to take a look at that possibility. Let's look at the 4-hour. We'll start with the 4-hour RSI, and then we'll move into Litecoin. All right, so looking at the 4-hour, we had this falling channel here we broke out of, tested for support, got support, came up, and now we are in a falling wedge. Now, if the RSI can break and close above this, we will be continuing up. Let's look at the all right, if you guys watched the live stream yesterday, I have these two wedges drawn in here. Looked like we peaked out of it, kind of like a bull trap here, and then came back down in. I do have this orange line or red line right here. If we break down below that, we could be looking at that 80-81 range, and I'll talk about that in a second and why. But I do want to, you know what, let's talk about that now, because that would be the more bearish case, but it's still bullish in my opinion, and I'll show you why. We pull up the Fibonacci retracement and put it down to this swing low over here, bring it up to the swing high. As you can see, we bounced off the golden pocket area, which is in between the 0.618 and the 0.65. We were right in the center of that. So this, you know, we could definitely continue up from here. I wouldn't be upset or scared if we did come down to the 79.84 range, and I am going to put another target there. It would still be bullish if we hit this range, guys. I need to make this one orange, and I explain why. If, as you guys know, I used to use Elliott Wave. I don't use it anymore, but I do still have it in my toolbox. But mainly, the Fibonacci is way more important than Elliott Wave. But Elliott Wave rules is on a wave 1 can retrace up to, it can retrace to 100%, but a deep correction for wave 1 would be 79.84, and you know, then continue up for wave 3 after that. I don't want to go into too much detail about it, but let's take a look at it. And the other way you can look at that is that usually after a wave 1, you get an A, B, C correction, and we're going to take 2 measurements off this. This is just kind of a quick lesson real quick, guys, but if we measured this as A from here down to here, that would be A, B, and then we're going to make C here. C would get us down to, off of this measurement here, C would get us down to 78.66, which I have this 78.47 here, which would be retesting the bottom of this triangle. That, I don't think that's going to happen, but it could happen. I just want you guys to be aware of that. But let's look at what's going on now. I was just showing you that because even if we hit these, everything's still bullish, guys, as long as we stay above this $7,700 range. Let's look at what I believe is happening here. All right, so yesterday we talked about this falling wedge here. We did a measured move of this falling wedge, and let's say we were to break out today and this 4 hour, the measured move off that is the $8,800 range, which is also the 200 EMA. So we've got confluence there. I would look for resistance there, but we could possibly break through. And this other measured move I have here is measuring this deeper triangle here. And where we already broke out of that gets us up to that 89.13 range, which also lines up with this dotted line I have here off of these 3 touches on these wicks. So definitely could be continuing up that route. Now let's look at the bearish case in the medium term here. If we are to break this support line here, this orange support line, my next target would be the 80-81 range. Definitely a possibility, guys, which would be retesting the top of this triangle. So far that has been holding pretty well. But if that wasn't to hold, my next target would be that 79 and then 78.50 range. I honestly don't think that'll break. If it does, we'll have to be looking towards a 77. And like I've talked about before, guys, if this 7,700 area breaks, we will be looking at, I know a lot of people are calling for 75, 72, 73. I don't believe any of that's going to hold. I do believe we go straight down to 63. I'm not saying straight down in one candle, but I believe we will go down to 63 if we break 77. If we don't break 77, I do see possibilities of new all-time highs this year. And check back in my prior videos to see the targets here and then the ultimate target, which is still possible. I believe there's still a 50% chance that we could hit this 46,000 by the end of the year. I talked about it a little bit in my live stream last night, so check it out if you get a chance. But that's where I'm at with that, guys. Yeah, I think we're still in a damn good position here, and we possibly might be seeing a nice move up today. So keep an eye on this stuff, guys, and let's go on to Litecoin. Looking at Litecoin, there's a good trading opportunity in Litecoin right here. If we are to break up out of this wedge, the target of that is 119, somewhere in that area. As you can see, we have a falling wedge here, and we are pretty far down in the wedge. And I talked about breaking the 55.50 yesterday, that we would go down to 49. We did break it. I believe it could be just a bull trap because we did pop back up in there and did not close our daily candle or our 4 hour candle below that. Let's look at the RSI now. We have the rising channel here, falling channel here. We have created a support along the bottom here, which if we come up here, come back down, we could be making a wedge here. But if we do break this at the top of the RSI here on the daily, that is going to be a huge move up. Look at the 4 hour. And looking at the 4 hour, as you can see, I had a rising channel drawn here. Starting to think that's not so much a rising channel, but if so, we are going to continue our move down here. Let's look at, let me put a trend line in here. Like this, kind of looks like a broadening wedge that way. We could get support here and continue up. Let's look at the price action, see what that's telling us. All right, so yeah, just the shape of this wedge really makes me think that we'll most likely continue up from here. As you can see, I believe this has to been a stop point or a bear trap to come out, because as you can see, we fell out of this channel. If we can close back inside it, I think we're good. If we close this 4 hour below it, then I believe we are headed down to this $49 range. And if that doesn't hold, then we'd be looking at the 45. Want to look at the bearish case scenario, would be looking at this whole thing as a flagpole and this as a bear flag, and then we'd be looking down towards the 34.77 area, guys. I know that's ugly, but I would look for this bottom of this wedge to hold before we got here. But if this wedge breaks, that's where we're headed, in my opinion. Again, this is not financial advice, this is my opinion, guys. The big picture on Bitcoin, I think, is awesome. I really have no fear there, guys. I'm a true believer in Bitcoin, and I do believe Litecoin will follow Bitcoin, as it's a great test net for Bitcoin, and I think it will be like silver to Bitcoin's gold. I really truly believe that. and that's my belief. Doesn't have to be yours, but let's look at the target. If we were to come back up here, break through this and break this channel, and if we were to do that, that gets us around the $68 range. So we're in a pretty crucial area here, guys. I'd say if we close below this, I would short, even though I don't trade Litecoin, but I'm just going to tell you what mine would be if anybody's trading Litecoin. But if we closed below here, I would most likely short it and put a stop loss just above this bottom of the channel and ride it down, most likely to the $49 range, at least $50 range. So, but that's, you know, that's my opinion. Like I said, I do have links to trading exchanges down below. You guys could use those and get some bonuses for using my links. You don't have to use my links, but they are there. All right, that's pretty much it, guys. We are in limbo right now. We'll see how this 4-hour closes. If it closes below this 55.50 range, good chance that we are going down further with Litecoin and Bitcoin. Pretty much, let's look at this this bottom trend line I have in here. If we do break this trend line, it is at about 82.62. We break that, most likely the next stop would be around the 82.38, and after that, guys, it is the 80.81 area, and see how that reacts. But yeah, I'm pretty bullish here. I think we're good, even though if we do come in down to these lower numbers, we're still in good shape unless we break that 7,700, guys. I still stand by that. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed the content, definitely hit the subscribe button, the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. Tick the notification bell to get you notified. Smash the likes and leave your comments. Remember, guys, that is a cheap, free way to help out all the channels. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm out of here. Have a great day.